Hi everyone. Today I'm going to cover the step-by-step detailed guide on how to apply for a new GST number. I'll share some tips and tricks from my personal experience. What are the documents required? I'll show in detail. How do you even register or do the steps post registration is what I'm going to show you. There's one step of adding the bank account that also will be covered. So I'll get started quickly. So the first step is you have to log into the official website of the Government of India, which is gst.gov.in. When you go here, you'll see this screen and you have to click on services and then registration, new registration. When you click here, before that, I'm just showing you what are the documents that you'll need. You can go to this website, gst.gov.in doc advisor, and then you can search for documents required for new registration application for a normal taxpayer. I'll show you how to do this navigation, but for example, in this case, I've taken proprietorship. You can choose partnership or company as well, and then what is the nature of possession of premises, like is it your own or rented and all, and you will see all of these documentations will be required. Some points to note here are that you'll need a passport size photo, right? It just has to be clear. There's no specific dimensions. Then what you need is pay attention is to legal ownership document, which is 1 MB. So if you see, all the other documents here are 100 KB, whereas this document allows you to upload a document of size up to 1 MB. So this is what you can choose here, and I'll show you how, but I just wanted to show you that these are some of the documents. You can see what are the documents that you have. We'll cover these in detail, but these are some key points that I wanted to show. You can choose what document you want to see. Now, if you see here, this is the gst.gov.help modules. Within this, what you can do is, if you see here, this is the GST knowledge portal. If you want to search anything, something that is not covered, something exceptional scenarios, you can go here to this and then click on this. For example, if you click on register with GST, right, then it will show you what do you want to search for. You can search for applying for a new registration. Now, do you want to search for composition or casual taxable person? When you click on any of these, it will show you either a video you can watch, you can either or open a user manual, or you can go through the FAQs which will answer these. So these are some relevant documents that you can go through in case you still have any confusions. Now let's get started. So you've logged into the official website, chosen new registration. Now what you have to do is choose as a taxpayer, choose your state and district, whichever you are choosing. I'm choosing Haryana and Gurugram here for reference. Then you have to give your legal name of the business, which means the name as that is mentioned in your PAN or business PAN if you're a partnership firm. You have to give your PAN here. This is your individual PAN number. Then if you don't have a PAN, you can click here to apply for a new PAN number. I've not covered that step here. If you want me to cover that, let me know. I can try to cover that as well. Give your email address, give your mobile number, enter the CAPTCHA, click on proceed. As soon as you do, it shows that if there are any existing registrations that are pending for this PAN. So if you've ever applied for in the past, or if you've ever held a GST number in the past, this is what it will show. And if you see here, mine was rejected because I did not complete that application earlier. So if you have any existing active application or the rejected ones, that is what it will show here. Now, it just shows you that against this, these are the GST numbers. Do you wish to proceed to a new one? You can download all of this as a report as well, or you can click on proceed if you are okay with the ones that you have and you still want to apply for an additional one. Now, when you click on proceed, it will ask you to verify your OTP, which would have been sent to your mobile. So enter that OTP and the OTP that has been sent on email, and then click on submit. As soon as you do, it says that you've successfully submitted part A. This is your temporary reference number generated, which you can use for retrieving your application in case you leave it in between. Now if you have to access this, you can get it from my saved applications, right? And then part B needs to be completed by so and so date. You get 15 days to complete your application. Now you click on proceed. What you see is this is also an application. This is an email that you get on an email ID that this is your TRN number, and then you can access it from saved application. So you don't need to actually save it. You will receive it on your email. So this is where you again come back to the main website, go to services, user services, click on my saved application, and then you can retrieve your application from here, entering the TRN number and OTP. Now it shows you that this is your saved application that you were filling form for. This is the application for new registration. This is the GST registration 01. It expires 12 February. This is in draft stage. You click on this edit button or action button here. As soon as you do that, this is the screen that shows. It says that you're applying for a new registration. This is the date. This is when you last modified, and you've not completed it yet. So it is 0%. You have to fill all of these tabs. Let's go through all of these tabs one by one. So first is business details that you have to enter. Now, if you see here, it picks up your name, permanent account number, and date of creation from when you created this account. Now, what you have to give is your trade name, which is the name in which you want to carry out your business. It could be the same name as your own name. If it's a proprietorship firm, it could be your partnership firm name, or if you could choose a separate name as well. Just try to make sure that it is not a copy. Somebody does not is you not using that same name. You could get it trade registered. There are a lot of websites that provide this. Even e-commerce sellers like Flipkart, Amazon provide registering your trade name. So you have to make sure it is not a copy or nobody is using this name, and then you can give that trade name. So for my case, for this sample here, I have chosen proprietorship. You can choose the appropriate constitution of your business, whether you're applying for this GST number for your company or a partnership firm or anything else. Now, if you want to have multiple trade names, you want to trade in different things. For example, for bed sheets, you want to have one trade name. For shawls, another. You can add another additional trade name as well. Now, enter the state and district. So this is coming from when we entered. So you have to choose the district again. Are you applying for registration as a casual taxable person? So what is a casual taxable person? Is somebody who is involved in supply of goods or services for a small period of time. They do not have a fixed place of business. So, for example, somebody's main business is in Kerala, but for during a fest in Delhi, right? He wants to go and sell in Delhi for a small time, so they can apply for a casual tax number for a GST number. So choose carefully if you want to apply for a casual taxable person. Now, option for composition, you have to choose yes or no. This is no. Grayed out is no. Now, you can opt for this scheme if you're a regular taxpayer with some aggregate annual domestic PAN-based turnover. So this turnover from time to time. So this turnover keeps changing. So make sure you read about composition either in the help articles or in on the Google whether you should apply for composition or not. There are pros and cons of applying for composition. So make sure you meet that turnover threshold criteria and and you're eligible for it. So otherwise, you can choose no. And then as we scroll down, reason to obtain registration. Now, this is also very important why I have chosen voluntary basis, because this is a usual practice that most of the practitioners do. There would be a lot of options under this. For example, you want to sell as an e-commerce provider, or you reach the aggregate GST turnover threshold, you're supplying interstate. You can choose any, but this is the most common one in which the lesser queries are attracted, and this is a generic one. So you can choose voluntary basis, which means you're applying for on self, right? And then is next is the date of commencement of business. Again, don't try to give a past date. If you've not yet started a business, you could get a query as to you've started your business already, you're applying for GST now and all. So what you should do is try to choose today's date or a future date as reference. Today's date is also okay. Now, if you have any existing registrations in another state and you're applying for another state, you can enter the type of registration like GST number or registration number, date of registration. Click on add with respect to as many registrations as you have. It would have shown you earlier also. And then if there is some document for trade name. So now, for example, whatever trade name you choose, if you've got it registered, enter that. Otherwise, you could get a query on that as well to upload your trade name document. So if you have that, good. If not, this is not mandatory. So then you can click on save and continue. Now you filled in your business details. Next is coming to promoter or partners details. Now you have to fill in your first name, middle name, last name, then your name of father, date of birth, mobile number, email address. Even though you filled it when you were filling your application, just fill this again. Choose your gender, and then what you have to do is scroll down further. You have to choose your designation or status. So designation again, here I have applied for a proprietor. You could choose proprietor, partner, or whatever is applicable. Now, if you're a citizen of India, choose that. If you're not a citizen of India, uncheck this button. And then you have to enter your PAN again. It could be automatically coming as well. Aadhaar number. This field is grayed out. You will get an option to enter the Aadhaar number later when you are, certifying with Aadhaar number. So make sure your phone number linked to the Aadhaar is correct. Then what you have to give is your residential address here. So it says drag your marker to your location. It does not have to be very specific, very accurate. Just make sure that the area that you stay in is correctly marked here. And then when you scroll down further, you can enter your exact address here, in the terms of pin code, state, district, your road, street address. All of that you can enter here and make sure above in the map, the area is showing approximately correct. It's not that you're applying for Delhi or Gurugram, but it is showing as Kerala. That is what it should you should make sure. then what you have to do is a document upload here, which is a photo. What you have to do here is upload a picture of yours, right? So the picture again has to be 100 KB or less. There are no specific dimensions as to 3.5 by 4.5. So generic passport size photo, which is clear, your face is clearly visible. You can upload that, and that is the one that will be applied in your GST registration and the certificate that you get. You should also choose as authorized signatory at least one person. If you're a partnership or a company, at least one person should be chosen as authorized signatory. In case of proprietorship, which means there's only one single owner, you can choose as also that this person is also the authorized signatory. If not, you'll have to add details of some other person who's authorized signatory. But in this case, it is that the sole proprietor is the authorized signatory. Click on save and continue. It says that you've not filled locality sublocality. So if you've miss some details, it will populate that. You can fill that and click on yes. Now it says that your locality is not matching with the pin code. What it means is that their database has pin code mapped to another locality, whereas you're mentioning something else. So do you want to continue with what you mentioned, or do you want to pick up whatever they are suggesting? It's totally up to you to choose yes or no, but you can choose yes and click OK. Now you've filled your business details, promoter details. Now coming to the authorized signatory tab. So it is very simple. Just check boxes that this is the primary signatory, authorized signatory, which is again one person. In case of proprietor, it is the same person. And then you've uploaded the photo, then proof details of authorized signatory. If it is a different person, you'll have to add a file with which is in the PDF or JPEG and up to 1 MB. But in case of proprietor, if you see here, is who is also an authorized signatory, you don't need to upload any other document. In other cases, you can upload the proof of details or address proof, the ID proof of the authorized signatory here. Click on save and continue, and then what you have to do is authorized representative. Do you have an authorized representative like a CEO or somebody to represent you? If not, you can click no. Otherwise, when you click yes, you will have to enter those details. If you're applying for self, you can keep it as no, and then click on save and continue. Once you've done that, you can choose the principal place of business. Now in the principal place of business, you have to give your address. Try to make sure that this address is the same as on proof. Same thing on the map. Try to make sure your area or locality is correct, and then enter all of those details that are there on the our address proofs. The latitude longitude will automatically populate, and then what you have to do is choose your state ward. What is the circle that you're applying for. If you do not know this, you can click here for center jurisdiction, and then this will take you to a page where you can search the city and state where you're staying in and the locality, and it will show you what ward, what circle does that fall in. If you're not able to get it from here, ideally you can get it from here. You can Google search or ask people around you onto what ward do you fall, what ward do you fall in. For example, in my case, it's Gurugram, and then the division is South, and then ranges are 26. So that is what you can find out. Again, the contact information, your email, phone number you have to enter. Now you have to attach a address proof, which is nature of possession of premises. That is the principal place of business where you will be carrying out your business. What is the proof that you're going to be working on that? So you can choose from various options. You can choose own, rented, others. A lot of options here, but that is not important. What is important is the documents that you're uploading. So like I mentioned earlier, you can choose others here, right? And then within others, what you can do is you can choose others which has 1 MB size limit, and the same document can be uploaded twice. So when you might have to club a couple of documents. So for example, if it's own, you're attaching a sale deed, right? Then you don't need to attach anything. But if it's let's say rented property, then you need to attach a rented notarized rent agreement. Or if you're doing it on your parents' place or your spouse's name, then what you have to do is a notarized NOC that yes, this place belongs to me, this person is my husband or my child, and then I am allowing this person to continue business at my place. So consent letter or a NOC letter along with the address proofs, which could be your sale deed, electricity proof. Make sure those are recent, they are not very old, otherwise you could get an objection like a few days or a month back. And then you can club all of them, make a single PDF, upload them here, choose others, because that allows you 1 MB size limit. Otherwise it's very hard to add in 100 KB size limit. And it is okay to upload the same document twice also if you uploaded all of them together. Otherwise you can upload two different documents here. Now choose the what is the kind of business activity that you would be carrying on? Would it be a retail business, wholesale business, warehouse? Choose the one that is applicable to you. If you have an additional place of business, checkbox this place and then add another place, where you're going to have an office. If not, you can click no and then click on save and continue. It is again message that the locality was not matching. Now additional place of business, it says if you want to add additional place of business, I have chosen no, but otherwise if you had, you go back to principal place of business and you can come back and edit that later also. It's not that you're applying for a new registration only then you have to do that. You can come back here later and do that later as well. So now you see here our profile is or work is 96% done. Then you click on continue. Then what you have to do is in the goods and services tab, you have to give details of the commodities that you will be supplying business. For example, you have to search the SN that is applicable to. For example, I'm choosing shawls, scarves, and all for registration. So that is the HSN code 6214 that I have found. So you can Google search your HSN code by giving the description of goods, and you have to specify a top five commodities. Like if you're selling bed sheets and towels along with it, then you can choose that the HSN relevant code for that as well. So whatever products you're going to sell, give the HSN code of top five products that you're going to sell. Now click on save and continue, and then as you'll come to state specific information. Now this is not applicable to everybody. This is applicable only in these states that you see here. The states which impose these are Karnataka, Bihar, West Bengal, all of these states. So all other states like Delhi, Haryana, and others, they do not have this professional tax compulsion, not mandatory. So you do not need to enter these details. But this depends from state to state, like I just said. And some individuals, such as chartered accountants, doctors, lawyers, they need to bear the professional tax, and they'll have to bear the liabilities on their own. And this varies. So make sure that you find out whether first thing this is applicable to your state. If yes, then you'll have to apply for this registration number, and then you'll have to fill all of these details. In case of Haryana, it is not applicable, so I'm leaving them blank. Otherwise, enter the details that are applicable to you. Click on save and continue, and then you've come to Aadhaar authentication. It says that, do you want to opt for this, for the primary authorized signatory added by you. Then authorization would be on mobile email number that are selected. Then application receipt number would be generated once Aadhaar authentication is complete for all the people. So unless you do this, the process is not complete. At least one person has to be chosen for Aadhaar authentication. If you have multiple people here, you'll see all of those options. Checkbox on one of them and then click on save and continue. Make sure the mobile number and email ID is correct. As soon as you do, it says that you'll get it through the link provided on mobile or email number, and then only the registration process will be complete. Click on OK. Now you've come to the last step, which is verification. You just click on this checkbox. I confirm that all this is correct. It will show you your name and place. Click on, you can choose submitting with digital signatures, or you can submit with EVC, which is electronic verification code, which will be sent on your mobile code. It's easier and sent to your mobile, which is linked to your Aadhaar number that you've specified. So it says that this is success. System is verifying the information. ARN will be sent to your email ID and mobile number shortly. This is the email that you will get, that your details have been added. These are mobile name, email number, this is your temporary registration number, and this is your PAN. And then you have to click here for your Aadhaar eKYC authentication. This link is applicable for 15 days, and this will be whichever is earlier. ARN is generated or this is expired. So click on this link. It will show you that do you want to do your KYC. It will show you that this is the GST number that you're applying for. This is your name of the authorized signatory and name of your business, and then you give your consent that you're allowing Aadhaar to access your data related to GST. Enter your Aadhaar number or your virtual ID number here, and then validate your Aadhaar number. It will send you an OTP. Enter that OTP here, validate that OTP. As soon as you do, if everything is correct, it says that Aadhaar has been successfully verified. Your authentication is done. This is what you'll see. It will show your details of Aadhaar also, what is your name, address, etc. on your Aadhaar, which I've hidden here for privacy purposes. And then it will say that you'll also get an email that your eKYC is successfully done. Once this is done, for now your process is done. Once your GST number is successfully processed by the department, you'll get an email like this: welcome to GST family. You have been successfully approved and registered as a GST taxpayer. This is your number. This is your username, password to log in. You can log in, and then first time you can change the password. You can also download your registration certificate that you might need at different places, and then you'll also get a welcome kit to understand or know better about GST. That you can also check. That would be attached to the email. Now when you've changed your mobile number, logged in for the first time, this is the message that you will see. So log in and change your password. Then it will say whether are you a goods transport agency. If you are, then you can choose yes, otherwise you can click no. If you're not a good transport agency, where you are providing services in relation to transport of goods by road, and you issue consignment notes. So if no, you can proceed. It will say that now it is mandatory to furnish your bank account. So if you see, during the application, we've not submitted a bank account, but now that it is approved, within 45 days, you have to add your bank account. Otherwise, your GST number will be cancelled. So you can click on file amendment here. What you will see here is it will bring you back to the application of amendment of non-core fields. So those were the core fields that you entered until now. These are the non-core fields. And if you see here, this bank accounts tab was not there, which is now coming up now. It says how many banks account do you have? You have zero until now. You just change it from 0 to 1, and then you'll see this add new button coming here. Click on add new, enter account number, IFSC code. You'll see the name of your bank here. Upload a bank statement or cancel check here for verifying that yes, this is your bank. Click on save and continue, and what it will show you is that this is the bank account name, number, IFSC that you're adding, and click on continue, and then verify again that yes, all of these details including the bank account are correct. Again submit with EVC. You'll get an OTP, and then this says that thank you for the submission, acknowledgement will be sent. Congratulations, your account is now active. You can start selling using GST. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps.